Hey YouTubers! Hey Raven here. Sorry for the late review. My computer was doing updates and then when I was supposed to be reviewing, so I couldn't do that. So here we go, and I hope it gets uploaded within a decent amount of time. So yeah, today I'll be reviewing last night's episode of The Flash, season 4, episode 11, entitled The Elongated Night Rises, I think. I just looked at it and I can't remember. This is why Starfire says all this stuff. like, but anyways, the episode overall I thought was pretty good. Mm, oh, just just put it out there. Starfire couldn't do the review last night or with me today because things the schedules didn't quite work out this week. So, yeah. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm sure next week you'll probably hear her squeal about the flash and the hand through the glass and the moments and that stuff. I mean, I enjoyed that stuff too, but yeah. So the overall episode I liked. I enjoyed it. You basically had Ralph tried to become the hero in place of the Flash, in place of Barry, um, and you saw more of his struggles this episode and him becoming himself, uh, figuring out who he is essentially, as a hero, as a person, as just him. Uh, what he has, what he's willing to give, and how far he's willing to go and stuff like that. And I thought that was pretty good because overall I really didn't like Ralph. The character, he kind of really annoyed me. Still does. I mean, I don't think he's going to lose that aspect of himself anytime soon. So, yay. I mean, he's just kind of, self-centered a little bit, but when it comes down to it, you can depend on him. We figured that one out tonight. But until now, I wasn't sure whether or not we could depend on Ralph to save someone if it meant giving up his life. Like I wasn't sure that we could trust him like that, and now we know we can. So that makes me happy. I I do take issue with one or two things, which I will talk about in a minute. But I am gonna talk about like a couple other things first, like Barry being in the slammer. Um, he looks weird in the gray suit. I'm just saying, gray doesn't exactly go with him because we're so used to seeing him in all the bright colors and stuff. Seeing him uh, in a dull jumpsuit, doesn't exactly fit my idea of Barry Allen. But from what we could tell by the marks on the wall that he was making, he'd been there for a little over a week, it seems like. Um, and so they've been protecting Central City without him for a little over a week, and they've been doing good. And Ralph hadn't really been put in that position yet. But you also have um, the stuff happening in the prison where he was jumped by some guys because Joe talked to him, um, which I think is kind of odd because, I mean, watching cop shows a lot like I do, I don't think that's odd, but watching this show like I do, I think it's odd because Henry, when he was in there, when his dad was in there, he talked to Barry all the time when Barry had to go there for like talking to an inmate or whatever. He'd go see his dad in his cell or whatever. Like it wasn't an uncommon occurrence, and his dad never got beat up over it. So I'm kind of confused on why he's getting, like, they're trying to beat him up over talking to his dad. I mean, essentially, Joe is his father. So I don't get that exactly. What's the difference? And I love the idea that they let Henry save that guy's life when his appendix was about to burst, and like the story that he told to Barry that Henry saved his life, so he owed him one, and this is how he paid it forward, was protecting Barry that one time. And then you flash forward to a little bit after that, and Barry saves his butt from what was getting to be a pretty significant beatdown. And I really enjoyed how he did that. Like, he made sure the cameras were broken, because, yeah. And then he just kind of did his flash thing and made sure no one really could tell. And I thought it was hilarious how the guy, like, uppercut his friend and crowbarred the other, and then the guy with the knife tried to jab at Barry, jab, and Barry made it so that he ran his wrist into the cement cylinder there, the column, and I think he might have broke it because he was using some force, and then now the guy owes Barry again, like he owes the Allen family again, and so I think that's pretty cool. I do the speech that Barry gave to Ralph is something I'll touch on in a minute, and I really enjoyed it. I think that Barry, like, he's a little too, like, cameras everywhere, can't do anything type of person, because, like, the way he was able to pull that off at the end, he should have been able to pull that off, like, in the beginning. And I don't really understand why he didn't. And to me, there was no difference, so there really was no excuse, in my opinion, for him not doing that. Like, I was just like, come on, the camera's not looking, just do it. Like, touch your wife, like, for crying out loud. So it was just, I don't know, annoying to me that he didn't do that, and then when he did, I was annoyed that he did it then and not previously. So there's that. And then then you have the villain Trickster got out. The Trickster Jr., I suppose, is what I'll call him, because I can't remember his name. He tried to befriend Barry, I guess, but his mom apparently worked with his dad. I didn't know that because I never watched the original Flash, but yeah, it does seem that her name was Prank as well. It's really, I don't know. It was just odd. But what I liked about that is that it also lends to the previous Trickster, Mark Hamill's character. Because Mark Hamill voices a lot of the Joker. He does the Joker voices for a lot of the video games and for some of the cartoons and some of the movies. So a lot of us know him as the Joker, not just Luke Skywalker or the Trickster or anything like that. He's also the Joker. Um, and so it kind of went with that, where the trickster is kind of Joker like. And then you also have Prank, who seems very much Harley Quinn like. And so I thought that was kind of a nice little nod there, how they brought that full circle. And I mean, if Prank really was in the original series, then that's just hilarious because he ended up being the Joker later on in his life. But um having her come back now so that us as fans could kind of do that is like kind of this meta thing that I think is pretty cool. Like, it is the DC universe, either way you look at it, and he played the voice of the Joker, and now he's the trickster, and like that's really cool. I know he didn't make an appearance in this episode. He was mentioned quite a few times because he is Trickster Jr.'s father and Prank's husband, unless they got a divorce. I don't know. It never said they did. It never said they didn't, unless I missed it. If I missed it, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, it was just pretty. The whole Trickster and Prank thing was kind of bland for me. Like, his whole, like, if I kill a superhero, then blah blah blah, my dad. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I didn't see that one coming. So you had to deal with that. And that's when the whole Ralph thing kicked in because he got sprayed with acid or acid, like, weird. Um, and so then he had to face his own mortality, and he was scared. I mean, rightfully so. Like, he could face death, and I think that should have occurred to him before now. Like, I understand that he was told that he could probably withhold almost anything, but that also means that there's that, like, 10% chance you'll run into something that could kill you. Um, like, I don't really, I don't get how that was, like, never crossed his mind or anything like that. And when it was Iris who said, well, we found your kryptonite. He's like, what's kryptonite? He's worked with Supergirl before. I mean, he had to have at least met her, even though it was off screen, because I don't think they ever made an on screen appearance together in the crossover event this season where Supergirl came for the wedding. Like, she was here in Central City with the crew. So he met her. He knows about her. And the whole kryptonite thing was like, what to him? Like, I don't get that. That kind of threw me for a loop there. And so, yeah, I don't know, that kind of bothered me. But the speech when he went to go see, when Ralph went to go see Barry in prison after he said, nope, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore. He went to go see Barry. I think that even though he was scared and didn't want to he said he didn't want to continue, something in him still wanted to continue being a hero, so he knew he had to go to Barry for help. Like, I think I think he had to know that Barry wasn't going to break out of prison to save the day. Like, everyone had already talked about that. So something in him when he decided to go to Barry knew that it was just going to be a conversation. And he needed that. And what Barry said was, it was pretty like I found it really interesting because it kind of mirrored his own situation at the time and after the fight as well. But he said that something along the lines of like being a hero but not being able, but having to sit on the sidelines and watch things happen and not be able to do anything about it. That's what makes you feel like you're dead. That's like that's death for a hero. That's the death. Not actually dying, but having to sit on the sidelines and knowing you can't do anything. That you're stuck where you are. And so that if Ralph didn't go back out there, then he would essentially die, not physically, but as a person. He'd die emotionally because he'd be beating himself up over it and over not continuing with saving Central City, saving the world, saving whatever needs saving at the moment. And because that's who he had become, he'd become that person, and he wouldn't be able to forgive himself for that. So that would be essentially death. It's a death for any superhero who can't be a superhero. Um, so yeah, I thought that was pretty, like that moment really hit, like it was a really strong moment and I really enjoyed that. Now for the one part that I really had issue with, I thought it was funny last episode, okay? But this episode, it's just like last episode they got Caitlin to go Killer Frost by like getting all up in her face and saying stuff like the puppies will die and it'll be your fault because you didn't want to show up for work. Like, okay, like that whole speech there and then ending with the puppies, that's sad, whatever. And you know, I gave it to him because whatever. But doing the same thing this week, just saying a school bully's name made her turn into Killer Frost. Like, I don't. No, like, if you need her to become Killer Frost, you need a better way than saying school bully's name. You're adults now. Like, I understand that bullying can affect you into adulthood. I know that. Um, I know that personally, but yeah. Um, but at the same time, it's just like it shouldn't be enough to trigger her becoming Killer Frost. Um, and I think they need a better way to do that because for me, it's not believable and it throws me off. Like, I'm totally in the show, I'm in the zone, but that really knocks me out of it. I I'm thrown out of my disbelief and I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why? This is stupid. Um, so I can't get behind that. They need a better way to do that. And that's pretty much what I thought of it. I did love the ending with the whole hand through the glass and the touching of the hand. And that was sweet, but again, like I said, it was kind of marred for me because he didn't do it in the beginning, although it was a nice cap to the episode. Um, but yeah, it's just, it was a Ralph episode, and like I said at the beginning, I'm not really a Ralph fan. I guess I'm gonna have to get behind it. And yeah, I guess now is the moment where I probably talk about the big thing that you guys are probably waiting to hear. Someone shows up again at the end to pick up the tab for their for Cisco and Ralph's coffee. and gave a BS line about paying it forward and karma and all that because she acted like she totally knew them, and I'm just like, come come on, oh, please, I just want to know your name, please. I want to know that your name is Dawn. Come on, just introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Dawn, and I was at the wedding, and I paid for your coffee, and I'm Barry and Iris's future daughter. Please, just come on. We don't have a flash right now. I know there's gonna be a moment where Barry is in prison and we need the Flash, and she's gonna have to suit up, and especially if it's really her. I can't, I can't wait. It's just, no, I want it now. I want it now. And I want it, right now, this very second. I want to see it happen. I want to see her outfit. I want to see her Flash outfit. What does she wear from the future? What's her outfit from the future? I want to know. It's killing me. Her is great. And yeah, so that's basically my review. That's all of it. And I do have some last minute announcements, so if you want to stay with me, go ahead. If not, then awesome. Glad you stayed this long. I know I'm not that entertaining without Starfire next to me, so yeah. So I've been told that we've gotten a comment or a tweet or something from one of you guys saying that you want me to do Black Lightning. Or you want us to do Black Lightning, or her to do Black Lightning, or whatever. That you want a Black Lightning review. I don't, I did watch it last night. I did love it last night. And I know you guys, I know the people who want it are a couple hours ahead of us from where we live. And so you've seen the episode, and I'm pretty sure I know why you wanted me to review this episode, at least this one. If not the whole series, because yeah. If you watched it, then you know that there is a couple similar to Alex and Maggie on this on Black Lightning, and may or may not want to hear my thoughts on that. And you may or may not want to hear my thoughts on the actual show itself, which I'm sure you do. I do like the show so far. Last night's episode really hit home. I love it. The first episode was but I enjoyed it, but it was okay. This episode was just I need the next one now. I want it now. And I'm loving it so far. But I gave you guys a choice last year in 2017 whether or not I was going to do Black Lightning or The Legends of Tomorrow. I left the vote up to you guys, and I waited. And the people who voted, majority, actually everyone, said Legends of Tomorrow. You guys didn't want to wait. You wanted me to do my solo reviews on Legends of Tomorrow. You did not want to wait for Black Lightning to air. So that is what happened. I don't have time to do both. So you guys chose. And yeah, if there's a mid-season thing for Black Lightning, then I'll review from. Then I'll give my overall thoughts on the first half of the season. If not, then if it goes straight through, because probably not going to be a full length season anyways, because it's a pilot season. I'll at the end of the season I'll give my thoughts on the entire season as a whole and what I think of it and stuff like that. So you'll have that review from me. I don't know if she'll be in that. I don't know if she's watching the Black Lightning or anything. I don't know if she's going to continue or want to do any review for it. But we did agree that we won't be doing a weekly review of Black Lightning. And what I'm offering is something extra. You guys ask, and I will compensate-ish. I'll give you like I said, if there's a mid-season, I'll do it from the first half, and then at the end of the season, I'll do the later half. But seeing as it is a pilot season, I don't expect there to be a mid-season to this, like a mid-season break thing. So I will end up doing just the whole season as a whole at the end when it has the season finale. I'll do a review of the season as a whole, and we'll go from there. But I did start reviewing Legends of Tomorrow this season, and I am going to finish this season of Legends of Tomorrow. If you guys choose to switch, then if the season of Black Lightning is as good as I think it's going to be, then I will consider, if there's enough of you saying you want me to switch from Legends to Black Lightning, I will consider doing so. But I'm not going to switch every season. So there's going to have to be some sort of compromise here. It's one or the other, and at the end of the season, I'll let you guys choose. But other than that, that's what I have for you guys. Enjoy when Legends comes back. Enjoy the Legends reviews. And if you want me to make a comment or two at the end, at like the review I end up in after probably Supergirl reviews, if you want me to make a comment or two on the Black Lightning episode the week before, then I'll say whether or not I enjoyed it. I won't do a review for it, but if you have any questions about it, about anything, any of the comic TV shows, please, if you have any questions about them, if you have any ideas or any, like, anything about this universe, put it down in the comments, and I'd love to talk to you about it. I'll tweet, I'll comment on videos, I'll do anything to talk about any of the superhero shows that are out. Like, I enjoy the Marvel ones. I enjoy these ones. I am an enjoyer of both sides, DC and Marvel. Currently, I do like DC a lot more, obviously. I do the reviews for the DC ones, not the Marvel ones. But I will talk about them with anyone. So please comment, tweet, everything. If you want to talk Black Lightning, I'll do it in the comments, I'll do it in the tweets, but yeah. So that's what you have to look forward to, and stuff of that nature. So until next time, keep believing in the impossible.